Pop around, everyone. We got another cool Biante model car to enter the collection here today. This is of the Ford Falcon XC Cobra, and in particular, this thing raced at the Bathurst 1000 in 1978. It's the number 17 car driven by Dick Johnson and Vern Chupan, and they came in 5th place for that race. Okay, so let's learn a little what came in this case as well. I took all this stuff out to save a little bit of time. The Ford Falcon XC is considered a full-size vehicle, and it was available between 1976 to 1979, and it was the third and last iteration of the third generation Ford Falcon of Australia. The XC was basically a facelifted XB, and over 170,000 of them were made, so a pretty popular car. And then the Falcon Cobra came out in 1978. This has some upgrades. Only 400 of them were built, and there's either a 4.9 liter V8 or a 5.8 liter V8. And there's something called Bathurst Specials, of which 30 were made. So I'm gonna guess maybe this is a Bathurst Special, seeing how it raced at the Bathurst 1000. If you guys don't know, the Bathurst 1000 is a 1,000 kilometer or 620 mile race that takes place in Mount Panorama Circuit in Bathurst, New South Wales, Australia. Okay. Alright, so that's what I learned about the car and the race. Let's take a look at the model. Pretty cool racing stripes. The blue is just a regular blue, it's not metallic or anything like that. But it's still pretty nice. It reminds me of, like, you know, a Viper, a Dodge Viper or something. Or maybe the Dodge Viper copied these guys. Okay, so they're the names of the drivers. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna guess this must be a Ford dealership, Brian Burt Ford. Right, we got some silver for the hood pins there. We got this power bulge there. I think it's a separate piece glued down. We got the vents, and there's some they're just blanked off, but they're painted black, so they look kind of like vents. We got something printed on the license plate, although I don't know what that would be. This is just black, but if you rewind back to the photos, the real car had no badge at all. I think this is a leftover because Biante does regular road cars, so they would have that printed on the regular road car version. It's interesting, these headlight covers. I can see 2 round headlights back there like the regular road car, but this, maybe these are for, you know, because it's racing, right? You don't want glass headlights breaking during a crash, so these are probably just plexiglass covers or something. Yeah, there you can see the turn signal as well as behind there. So that's pretty cool. I kind of wish they weren't so smoked out, though. It'd be nice if you could see more of what's behind. Okay, some sponsorship, I assume. Seems to be like a black chin spoiler here. Alright, how about this side? Ooh, cool wheels. Right. I would have to guess those are BBS wheels, but I'm not really sure. What's printed on the tire? No, that's an old Bridgestone logo. I don't recognize that one. No, it's right above on the fender as well. So anyways, the wheels are nice because you can actually see there's little 5 black dots for the lug nuts, and then the center's, you know, black as well. So nice orange printing there for the turn signal. This gold stripe is going along the whole side, and it's really nice. Very nicely done. All these sponsorships are tampo printed. They're not decals, so that's good. A little black here in the door handle, a little silver on the lock. This must be an intake, but it seems to just be a graphic. Again, maybe the road car doesn't have this. I'm not exactly sure. So they didn't bother casting it in for just one racing variation. Well, this is good. There's no side window. I think this might be my first Biante that doesn't have side windows. So that's going to make the interior a lot easier to see. And it's a nice interior for sure. I mean, you got these, I guess those are tan. The main interior tan. The dashboard, there you go, some vents, some HVAC, stick shift there. Might be hard to see because it's black, but this racing seat, though, it's a different piece. It's totally a different mold. It has bigger side bolsters, right? A higher headrest. So that's really neat, you know, it's just pretty nice. There's actually some dials molded in there. Sorry, it's really hard to do this. There you go. I think you can see some round dials in the instrument cluster. They're molded in. Better look at that dashboard, the glove box. It's like an overhanging wedge on the dashboard. The door panel's got some, looks like it might be a second color on there. Yeah. So that's a really nice interior. It's one of the better ones. The only thing that's missing are racing harnesses. Like there's no indication that this thing has any sort of harness or seat belts. So the roll cage is black. It's alright. Yeah, okay. You can see a little bit of that interior through the back window. And then while we're here, so look at this. That's an interesting graphic there on the top part of the rear. Yeah, it's just printed on, I think. The taillights are just printed, but they're printed very well. They're not crooked or anything. Key. Some sort of shell sponsorship where the license plate is. Looks like some bumps for the rivets holding the bumper onto the car. The wing seems to be a separate piece. And then that must be the fuel filler cap or door, I'm assuming. So the stripes on the wing are pretty good. They line up pretty well. Look at that. Yeah, that's well aligned. Alright. Let's see the bottom. Oh, this is a first also. Every other Biante I have has press fits, rivets. This one's actually screwed together, so if there's a problem you could fix it pretty easily. And then I like these two side pipes. That's pretty neat. I like the little extra color going on here. Tells you what it is. We just don't know what year this casting was made. That's the one thing missing. We got the slicks here. Let's see. Yeah, really silent roller there. So this is actually, this might be the best Biante I have. I don't know. It's a tough call. They're all so good, but this is, the interior on this is really knocking it over the top compared to the other ones. This mirror even has some some silver paint on it. And it's a pretty cool mirror, actually. I mean, it's interesting. Alright, cool. Very, very cool. I like it. Let's find one of these spinning things here. Sorry about that. So that's a cool looking car for sure. I do have this Hot Wheels version. I think this is actually an XB. Can't focus on it. I guess I'll just put it up there. But Hot Wheels has a lowered stance. You know, they sunk the wheels underneath the bodywork, so the roof of this is a lot lower. But you can see the greenhouse is quite identical. Well, it's close, right? They're supposed to be the same body from the back, from the hood back. You know, the greenhouse is the same. The door cut's supposed to be the same. The front end obviously is a little bit different. The hood is a little bit different, but this one still has the forward headlights. I mean, this does have four headlights. You just can't really see them with that tinted those headlight covers. So Hot Wheels did a good job. I 3D printed my own wheels and I took the flames off with some adhesive remover. But the other Biante race cars I have, let's take a look here. This is a 1969, I think, Falcon. Yeah, so that's a generation, maybe one or two generations before. Let's see here, to the Falcon XW. Yeah, I don't have the nomenclature figured out. I don't know what an XC comes after an XW. That doesn't make sense to me, so I don't know, sorry. Okay, I do have some Toranas. And these are mid-size cars, so that's why they're going to look a lot smaller than this Falcon, which is a full-size car. I guess it's too much weight for the solar thing. There's a difference there in size, right? So I really come to like this Biante brand. It seems like all the race variations they do are for the Bathurst races. I guess that's the race in Australia. But I'm okay with it. It's cool. Um, I suppose I try to get some of the regular street versions. I do have this Ute. This is my very first Biante, but it's it's a more modern vehicle. It's an alright car. I just think I kind of like the classics more, you know. Well, I suppose that's it for today. We got 11 minutes in here, so that's it for my Biantes for now. If they ever come up for a relatively decent price on eBay, I'll continue to get them. I really like this brand. It's just a shame that they don't distribute themselves globally. They're only sold in Australia. Even though they're made in China, no one seems to sell these on like AliExpress or eBay as a brand new like product. So maybe Biante doesn't even exist anymore. I'm not sure if they went out of business or what, but there are a couple Australian websites though. I think Downey's is one of them. You'll have to check out XLT Off-Road Bears channel. He mentions them quite a bit. I think they sometimes have some free shipping deals. Alright then, I guess I'll see you guys in the next revolution. See ya.